Guys, welcome back. We're going to do a 5-part series here on the wagon wheel and the spokes, the individual components of our business and how we can be successful, making sure that all these load-bearing items are there and functioning like we need them to. So in order for this website to not collapse, I was looking at a text about my website. In order for this business not to collapse, we've got to have the support structure in there, and I broke it down into 5 things. So if you haven't seen part 1 and 2, go check those out before you watch this one. We're getting into operations of the business, the day-to-day stuff. All right, and this is where it's in the middle. It's where everybody goes and thinks about, hey, that's the thing I got to put all the brain cells on. Now, this is very important. This is your day-to-day getting the job done. You'll see I've got that one circled in red. The red circles represent the big important ones in each category. So we're going to say operations here, ops, that spoke on the wagon wheel is very, very important. So inside of operations, all right, we've done our marketing. We've gotten that out there. People know who we are. They've, because of that, called in and they have filled us out, sussed us out. We've acquired a customer. All right, what do we do with them now? We got to go do something with that customer, and that is where the operations, the daily. Now, look, you don't have to be this guy. You could be the owner and have guys out there doing the work. I don't do really any work here anymore. I've built my sheriff's kids, and I've done all the admin. I've wore all these hats. Okay, I've done the sales. I've ran the website. I've done all this stuff. I don't ship products. I've got people for that. But in the early days, you're probably going to be this guy too, especially if you are a owner operator, right? That's what that means. That's you, okay? And this is a big chunk of the business. It's the actual getting it done. So that's the work. That's your daily truck on the road, servicing the clients, whatever that looks like for you every day. So if that's you, that's great. If that's a technician, that's great as well. I would highly encourage you, the owner, to really know this section of your company, this bracket. You have got to be an expert here. Because if you start hiring people and you're not really an expert, how are you going to train them? It's like we've had guys with a lot of money try to buy a skid and say, yeah, I'm just going to put a guy on there and have him run it. Yeah, that's fine, but who's going to train him? Because he's not going to get everything he needs to know out of a 2-hour Softwash 101 video. Like, he'll get a lot out of that. An owner-operator will get a lot out of that because they got skin in the game. A technician, an hourly guy that don't really care, he's not really caring. So you got to really know how to go out and clean. That's why we recommend you guys, if you're owner-operator, you're going to care. If you're not, if you're hiring technicians, slowly ramp to that. You need to be out there with those guys in the field every day. Because they can quit on you, they can screw stuff up, they can tear up a lot of stuff, kill people's plants, vegetation, set outlets on fire. There's a lot of crap that can go wrong in the operations. You're touching people's homes and businesses here, and this is, stuff can happen. Doing a quality job, that's kind of what we're talking about there. Making sure your quality is there, and whether you're personally doing it or auditing, making sure that you've got parameters, the training, making sure you do all that. Now, we can help with a lot of that, but it is very bad recipe to just buy a truck, buy a rig, put 50 grand into it. To some of you guys, 50 grand is like I couldn't imagine that much money. There's a lot of guys out there, 50 grand ain't crap. They'll buy a truck and a rig and hire them a kid from college and think they've got a business, and it never works that way. Very rarely. It takes a lot to really get that person up to speed. And inventory, that's your chemicals, making sure that that's easy. This stuff's pretty easy for most of us blue collar guys because we get it. Now, look, chems, specialty chems, bleach, stuff like that, that's your consumables. Fortunately, there's not a lot. It's just your specialty chems and really your bleach for the week. So very easy to manage. And then your scheduling. Some CRMs in the previous category, they can help with that. But making sure that you're knowing what route density looks like, being efficient out there on the road. We live in a really rural, spread out area, so we can't really have route density. We got to drive a whole lot. But preferably, you're in a more compact area and you can make yourself more efficient. If you can gain, with your scheduling piece of it, telling the customer you're going to be there. We've all had this happen. Company says, I'm going to be there at such and such time, and they don't show, right? It's instantly a turn off and a bad taste in your mouth for scheduling. So scheduling accurately with the customer and also with your internal team, yourself or whoever you're sending out there. Don't bite off more than you can chew, but also don't leave. If you leave a job on the table every day, or let's say there's 3 extra jobs a week you could have done by scheduling correctly, That's a lot of freaking money a year. That's like, could be potentially, you know, close to 6 figures. So make sure that you're running your truck as efficiently as possible. You really want to be running about 3 to 4 wash jobs a day. That's pretty typical full schedule right there. So we've done more than that. We've done less than that. But what is your maximum revenue you can get off that truck per day, or maximum amount of jobs? We really want to look at a revenue number. This is easy for a lot of guys because, like, if you're like me, this is where I gravitate to. It's just getting it done. Okay. This one will come easy for most of you. But if you're a white collar guy, this is going to whoop you. All right. So you got to make sure that you understand the daily ops side of the business. It's not that hard. This in our business, it's really straightforward. For me here at the shop, building equipment, shipping things all over the globe, there's a lot to ops. I've got employees and staff and payroll, and our inventory is hundreds of thousands a month. We spend millions a year on inventory, and there's a lot of parts, and there's a lot goes into operations on this kind of a business. In a wash business, it's not that hard. So make sure you understand it. It's easy. We'll see you in the next video. We're going to be talking about equipment. So